back to Livin Large with LCruu, the adventure vlog. I promised this video such a long time ago, but I am finally filming it like 6 months later. And as you can tell by the title, this is my apartment tour, living in Chicago, what you can expect for the price that we pay. And I'm just excited to show it all to you. I have a ton of exciting things coming up this summer in the next few months. So make sure you are subscribed to lots of traveling, lots of events, lots of new places, new experiences that I've never done, never been to, never seen before. And I literally just am so excited to capture it, capture the world, and share it with you all and encourage you all to just live so fully. So that's that for an intro. Let's go. Okay, so we start here. We walk in the front door to this hallway that we don't really use, hence the bike. We never use the front door because it just doesn't really make sense to because of the location and everything. So you walk in, we've got our shoes here. My bedroom is the first door on the left, so I guess I'll take you through here first. This is my humble abode. I wish that this camera offered me a more wide angle sometimes because I feel like this doesn't do it really justice of like capturing everything. It's only got like the one size, but this is my decorations. I got my dresser here. Sometimes we have to get creative with storage because it is a smaller place. So I have just like a bunch of stuff like stacked in this corner and like held up basically by my extension cord. The other thing too, in pretty much all of these rooms, I feel like there is a lack of outlets. And so we've also had to kind of get creative about like where we're plugging things in, using extension cords, things like that. But we come back around here, I've got all my wonderful decorations, my supernatural boys, my all-time low boys, sister. Beautiful big windows. I don't know if you saw my first moving in vlog, but literally I had a air conditioning unit that literally would not fit in this window because this window is large. And I love it because like beautiful, lots of light coming in. It was just a little bit hard to adjust to when we moved in. So again, just getting kind of creative with storage. I used to have the record player here before I moved it out there. So I just have some records. My radiator, because we do not have actual central heat or air in this apartment. We do not have air conditioning, so it's really up to us, again, like the AC unit I was talking about, to figure out all that stuff on our own. These also are kind of annoying because half the time it feels really cold in here and we don't have control of when these kick on. So it like sometimes we just feel like we're freezing to death, but it's getting better because we're moving out of the winter. This is always in front of my closet door because my closet door does not stay closed on its own. Hence it opening, the ghost, I don't know. But lots of storage up on like the higher section of my closet, which is nice. Got like my seasonal stuff, Halloween, things I'm selling online, etc., etc. My mirror that I tried to clean the other day that obviously didn't work very well. And then just some more storage, my art, I hang all my necklaces there. And just, I've used a lot of like shoes and things because I don't have a lot of storage for those as like decorations, like boxes, shoes, which is kind of fun. One nice thing too is that I don't know if it was the previous people who lived here, the previous tenants, but these shelves were already installed when I moved in. So I didn't have to like add that, which was a plus because I needed that. Definitely it's been fun to switch up the decor from like what it used to be and just like get something new in, which has been an awesome part of moving as well. So moving out of my room back into the main space, into this hallway by our front door. So here we are, we have our closet. Again, lots of storage because we could honestly probably do more storage in here because it's a little empty, but basically we just have like AC units, shelves, things we're not using all the time. Obviously, we keep our coats here because it's freaking freezing all winter long. We walk into the living room. Again, it would be so much helpful to have a wider angle on this camera. Shout out Moosh and Electric Forest. This is the only kitchen table that we have because obviously it's not in the kitchen, but there is only two of us that live here, and when we have people over, it's not like we're all like sitting around a kitchen table. We sit around this. We have the couch, the legendary chair, Yeah, and then our TV setup. I love the light that comes in from these windows as well. When we moved in, we weren't sure exactly how we were going to set everything up because of the windows. Like we saw how the people before us set it up, but I think this worked out the best based on the furniture that we had. A fun little ring light for content. The record player that I moved out here. We also keep our printer and a bunch of games and stuff beneath our TV, which I like that it's like sort of like display, but also, it makes actual sense. This closet, a lot of times Morgan uses for her own things because her room does not have a closet, which was a very interesting thing about this apartment. So again, jackets, shoes, just a lot of storage. We have all of our candy in here because we're ratchet raving roommates. We love to make candy in our free time. More holiday stuff, seasonal stuff up there. I kind of hate that this is like a brown color, but we roll with it. Yeah, just a lot of storage, extra blankets that I don't even think are ours. Suitcases, backpacks. I also feel like it's worth mentioning that everyone looks for something a little bit different in an apartment. I personally don't need anything fancy. We both are, I feel like, more of simple people. So, there's pros and cons to everything. I can kind of put up with the fact that like, it's not the nicest and I'm going to have to call maintenance every so often, but also it would be nice to not have to do that and pay a little more. Between the two of us, we pay about $1,400, and that's after gas and electric. Heat is included in our building. So definitely if you're considering moving and you're watching this for like advice, think about the amenities and ask those questions, because the fact that heat was included in the price of our rent, because we don't have control over it, mind you though, that was a big kicker, because that can be so expensive during the winter months, especially in Chicago, because it literally gets to below bazillion degrees. Let's keep moving. Then I'll come around this into the kitchen. Say, hey, Morgan.
Hello.
So another thing, this thing we built ourselves, well, mostly Morgan, because there's not a lot of storage in this apartment. There was like no place to like prepare meals, like cut vegetables or anything like that, because our only other kitchen space is literally the sink. Sorry. Don't mind our dishes. Even in regards to actual cabinet space, I feel like there could be a lot more, like there, but there's not. So there's a lot that we just kind of squeeze into these cabinets and these cabinet space right here. Other kitchen stuff. Another thing I feel like I have to talk about is the fact that sometimes half of the power goes out on this half of the apartment. So like, I think a couple weeks ago it happened for the first time. So it's not like super common, but the like power breakers just like shut off, and so like our fridge, the kitchen, my room, and like the hallway all would like be out of power. Luckily someone's usually home when this happens so they could go reset it downstairs, but it's kind of whack that happens more often than not. Some more storage up here, that's like hard to reach, so we have like paper towels up there. But then cabinet space, again, we don't really have a pantry either, so like here we keep our mugs, silverware, like kitchen appliances, some Coors Lights that we have yet to drink. So then most of our like pantry space is under this thing that we built, like the shelving sort of island thing that we built and brought here. This shelf was here luckily when we moved in for like our oils and things. Morgan installed that. Morgan installed this. Handy lady.
Oh, yeah.
Here is like our bathroom closet. So basically we just have all our like toiletries and toilet paper and goodies and towels. Bathroom, small, but gets the job done. Also, this was something that we installed because literally the thing that was here before was like actually falling apart, like falling out of the wall, like whatever. So, we've just done some home improvement stuff. This room is always the warmest. Like if I need to warm up, I will come into the bathroom because it's such a small space and this radiator heats it up. Would you like to say anything about your bedroom?
Yes, this is my room. What's the fun experience about this room is I have one outlet. So everything I have just runs out of this outlet. But we've made it work. We have a TV that's plugged in. My steamer, because my voice is a little messed up. But yeah, I like that I have lots of space. I have my little piano, my guitar. I have like two dressers. I wasn't normally a dresser lady, but I don't have a closet in here. But it's really not even that bad. I get the indirect sunlight, which is good. I would love direct, but you know what? You can't win them all. I would like to say though, like in my previous apartments, I've had no sunlight, so this is a big step up.
Yes, I definitely talked about the sunlight. How does it make you feel that you don't have a closet?
Honestly, it doesn't really bother. I don't have a lot of stuff though. I feel like I'm a little bit of a nomad.
Love.
I'm just bebopping around. But yeah, the space in there is nice, and legally, I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a closet in here.
Yeah. Well, yeah, okay. When we were looking at the place and like deciding if we wanted to move in, the guy who gave us the tour basically said like they could insert a closet because there's every bedroom supposed to have a closet. But I think we just kind of like, I mean, it was her room and we kind of just decided like not to follow up. Like she was going to roll with the dresser.
Yeah.
But it is interesting that that's like the legal thing.
Yeah,
like, I don't
for
understand,
sure.
But
For sure.
I definitely touched on the cold.
Yeah, make sure you understand your laws in your city about how cold it's supposed to be, like legally, because legally it has to be in Chicago, 66 at night and 68 during the day. So know your rights, folks.
68 during the day?
And vote, yes.
Honestly, that's pretty much it. This is our humble abode. Thank you for walking through our apartment with me. Honestly, overall, it's not horrible. We also, obviously, if you didn't see, we do not have laundry in unit. We have like a laundry room / like storage space where people keep their bikes downstairs. It's like obviously not connected to our unit, but it's like in the building. Another nice thing that we love about this place is that we're actually pretty close to the lake. A bike ride or even maybe like a walk away from the lake, which is really nice. It's definitely something that we enjoy about this place, and kind of a perk to the area that we live in is that it's not super far from the lake. There is also, we're really close to the Brown line, so the L, which is like the system you used to get around, the train system to get around Chicago. Good proximity. We've got grocery stores, our gym, like a lot of things are in the area, so that's obviously a plus. Parking, I feel like, has gotten better over the months, but it's also free street parking, so you kind of never know when you're going to have a spot, how far you're going to have to walk at the end of the night. I personally usually get home pretty late from work, so it'll literally be like the odds of me finding a spot are more slim because everyone's settled in for the night. But we also don't have to pay for parking, so that's kind of nice. Again, it all comes down to like what you value and what you need in a space. So yeah, welcome to my home. I overall do love living here. Obviously, there are things that I would change, but for the price that we pay, I think it's pretty stellar. It has everything that I need. I would say I'm a pretty simple lady and I don't need anything crazy, expensive, luxurious, beautiful. It's my space and I made it the way I want to and I love it and it's mine for the length of my lease. There are definitely other options, better options, more expensive options, honestly probably cheaper options somewhere in this big beautiful city, but this is kind of what you can expect for paying about $1,400 a month. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in. Seriously, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you're following me on Instagram because tons of cool things to share with you guys coming up. And it really helps me out a lot. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And I have a lot more videos to create in the coming months. So thank you so much for tuning in and keep living large. I will catch you on the flip.